Greetings, I'm your host, Juan Díaz. You may know me from my bi-monthly podcast, Politico, and now I am taking a deep dive with artists from all around Cleveland and the outside area to talk about the struggles, how they can overcome those, and their history in music. Stay tuned because this is City Sounds. The views expressed on this podcast by some of the guests may not represent those of the Inquisitor Media or Cleveland Finest Entertainment. Listener discretion and viewer discretion is advised. Well, welcome everybody once again to another episode of City Sounds. I am your host, Juan Díaz, and today we are back with season 2, but more than anything, we want to talk to our local artists and learn more about them and what's going on in the neighborhoods in our city here in Cleveland. So, do you mind introducing yourself to me? Tell me a little bit about you and what got you into music and also your age.
All right, well, my name is FMG TRAP. I'm part of CFE or FMG too. I'm 20 years old. I'm about to be 21 in August, actually, the 16th. I started making music. I kind of was just freestyling on the couch. Like, I was bored. I listen to music a lot, so I knew I wanted to make music, but I ain't really had the confidence to post it out there. And then one day, one of my friends was like, man, you hear all this damn music, why don't you just make a song? And I made a song. I dropped it on SoundCloud. People liked it. And then it kind of just picked up from there.
So, and then you mentioned you're part of Cleveland Finest Entertainment. Let me ask you with that part. How do you find out about Cleveland Finest Entertainment itself?
So what happened was my brother MTMJ, he was on here before too. He actually did a mic drop with the Zoe, the leader of Cleveland Finest. And I was messing with the work. I thought they had a pretty cool thing going on. So then I tapped in with them, and then it became a real big movement. It's like a family now. I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty big, man.
So, and you're finding yourself around other artists in the city. Are you finding it easy to work with people? How are you feeling when it comes to that? Like working with others, collaborating? Do you think it's hard in this industry?
And it's hard for me. Like, I'm not used to working with a lot of other people, but that's one thing the benefit of working with Cleveland Finest is they put you in a position where you kind of have to work with other people. Like, you kind of got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I like things like that. You know what I'm saying? I like the challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have seen, throughout this podcast, one thing that we've been discussing with some of the artists is the struggles of being an artist, especially a local artist here in a city like Cleveland, one of the top 10 poorest cities in the country. And let me ask you, how has been your experience working with industry professionals or anything in the radio? Do you feel in a specific way? You feel pushed back?
Well, I mean, personally, I just started rapping about 3 years ago, so I can't really say I've been pushed back. But as time goes on, hopefully, I'm not blackballed in no way, shape, or form. I haven't experienced that, form of treatment yet. But let's see, down the line, 5 years, 6 years from now, if I'm blackballed, I think I'm gonna make it out before then. So if I don't, I'm gonna just say I'm black. We're gonna make it.
When you make it out, just remember us. So let me ask you, when you are writing music, right, and you're sitting there, what inspires you? What makes you what makes you write the music?
Normally, I make music based off how I feel. I'm not gonna lie. So if I'm in a real energetic mood, I'll make a party song. Or let's say I'm going through a breakup or something, I'll make a breakup song. It's really depending on how the beat sound and what I'm feeling at the moment. There's never no set all right, I'm about to go and I'm gonna make this type of song. No. It's pretty strategic, but it's it almost happens out of nowhere though. You know what I mean? The right things come into play and then it just happens. It's
that's good. That's a creative mind. I do graphics and communications, and that's how it feels when you do that part. You get into it. So around that, the creative aspect of it. Do you come with a beat first in your head, or do you just make the music happen? You just write the lyrics first and then find the beat? How do you?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I make the lyrics first, but then sometimes the lyrics don't go for the beat. So what I try to do, look, I have a bunch of producers. One of them being Capo. He sends me a beat pack. I go through it, and then if I'm messing with something out of the beat pack, I hear it a bunch of times until I got the first line, and then I just go off of that, and I write a quick little 16. See if I'm messing with it. Probably change the beat up a couple times. Really depends. It's no set process. I don't know how other artists go. For me, it's real. One day I'll do it like this. The next day I'll do it like this.
Really, I noticed that around a lot. Actually, there's no set process. You one day you feel beats first. The other one you feel just going with the lyrics first. I noticed that a lot, and I like that. It's not a set. Not a set equation. You just you just do it. Two
Yeah.
plus two equals four in every possible way. We're just gonna make it happen. I
Mhm.
like that idea. So with that, let me ask you also, when you're, when you're out there talking with other artists and stuff, do you have like an inspiration, like, someone who has been doing this for years that inspire you to like do this work and actually get into the music industry?
Yeah, actually, like when I first started rapping, I was listening to a lot of Baby Tron and Baby Smooth. Those are like two of my favorite rappers, like ever. One day, hopefully, I make a song with them. But yeah, those are my biggest inspos. And then, like as I got into making more music, I started like hearing like Netspin or like the new gen, like underground waves. And yeah, I say like I'm inspired by like that opium weird stuff, like the dark, but not like mysterious little stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, and
I like that theme of it.
one of the questions that I had for you, working with other individuals in Cleveland, we're having an episode coming soon, and it is with a singer.
Yeah.
You're a rapper, and I wanted to ask you, how do you feel like working with other people that are don't sing the same style that you? You rap. There's someone who sings. There's someone who may like just there's a country singer around you. How do you feel about working with people in that aspect and in that area of the music world?
Honestly, like that's one of the best things about making music, like rap music, because like all like rap, like the samples and shit, they come from like old singers or like Sadie or a rock song from like Radiohead. Like there's just so much samples and everywhere. Like I love singers. Like when I would love to make a song with a singer, honestly, and see where that goes. I've never made a song with a singer. We got a singer now on CFE, so hopefully we get that into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And another question that I had, when you are just sitting down and like with Cleveland Finance Entertainment and you're like going and looking at everybody, what is like one advice do you think you can give to someone who's just starting in Cleveland Finance Entertainment or even just trying to start into this music
Just in
world?
general, shit. Take criticism, because like honestly, not being able to hear someone say they don't like your music is gonna hold you back. You don't want a lot of people around you that's just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, bro, this hard. Yeah, drop it. It's hard." Like those are yes man. You want people that's gonna keep it a buck with you. I got my older sister. I ain't gonna lie. She'd tell me straight up if I made some ass, like straight up, like, "Oh, this is
You
garbage."
have someone at home, that's good.
Yeah, like straight up. She'd tell me straight up his ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? All my people tell me that. Everybody in FMG do that. I recommend if you start making music to have a tight circle, and that's gonna keep it a buck with you at all times. Like that's just important. You don't want no fake people around.
And so I wanted to also ask you, do you have any projects that are coming soon? Do you want to like, talk about, share anything that you feel that is like important that you want people to know that is coming out here to the world?
Yeah, well, I mean, I ain't got no set date on no project, but I am working on a EP, a 7-song EP right now. Yeah, it's gonna come out soon. I'm still working on the title and stuff and date, so I ain't gonna give them too much of a spill, but it's coming soon.
So there's a project coming out. How can people follow you online or even like find more so they can stay up with that
Oh
project?
yeah, so you catch me on Instagram, FMG TRAP. I'm on YouTube, it's Lil Trapper, that's the handle. I'm on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, TikTok, iHeartRadio. I just found out through my distro kid. So, you could tap in with me and, if you rock out with me, I rock out with you, man. Let's enjoy the ride. I'm with it. I'm with whatever.
Ask you, like what is the song you recommend from your albums or your music itself? What is the song that you like tell people, go listen to this first, more about me?
Oh, got you. I say go tap in with Splash Bros. Right now it's on all platforms. Lil Trap is Splash Bros on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, anything. Go tap in, yo.
So, and to end this, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years in your music career?
Oh, 5 to 10 years, definitely rolling loud, but opening it, making it lit. You know what I'm saying? Like I see myself, big studio, big, like a lot of whips. Whole team got chains, CFE merch. Just popping, bro. Like that's how I see it.
That's good. No, that's good. Your inspirations, but also remembering, like not just growing, but also remembering where you came from, and that I think is a sign of actually being humble and doing this work. And I think that's a part of making an artist an artist. You don't want to be just unhumble and be all about yourself and cocky. So
Yeah,
I want to thank you for joining us and also doing this music, because we need art, we need people in our city to represent in many ways, and music is one of the most beautiful ways to represent anything. So
I agree,
I
man.
appreciate
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you. through the bus. I pass the rock more than Nikola Jokic. I hop on the court, get them boys 30 plus. Nigga, we re-up. Bitch, we ain't buying no zippers. Little track grabbing pounds of the skunk. Watch what you say when you drinking all liquor. Send shots out your liver, you throwing up blood. She wonder why we ain't talking a minute. I'm out chasing chicken, I worry about love. Okay, I'm better off with the drugs. Racks on the counter, machine counting up. Said he was fast and got hit with a slug. Ain't had to rob him, he just gave it up. He hungry for beef, then got hit with a sub. I back out the switch, type it 150 plus. Don't like to talk about shit on the neck, cause that's how most of the members got locked. Cooler kid slapped on the front of the AR-15, play around and your temperature drop.
City Sounds is an Inquisitor Media original production in collaboration and partnership with Cleveland Finest Entertainment. This and all episodes are produced, created, and hosted by me, Juan Díaz, with editing, music, and assistance from Alonso Knight. You can find more at www.citysoundspod.com. Thank you so much for listening.